Hello and welcome to this edition of TMA's Farm Margin Talk. This is Devin Sherling, Grain Marketing Manager for TMA. As a quick reminder, TMA will be closed tomorrow in observance of Good Friday, and we wish that all of you have a wonderful Easter weekend. So as we look at our profitability for April the 4th, 2012, you'll notice that once again, that everything is black, which means there's profit available. But I highlighted something that I find very interesting, which is for the first time since 2010, we've seen bean profitability be higher than what corn profitability is. Now, we're talking about what that means to Central Kansas and the producers of TMA in a little bit, but I wanted to point that out, and that's why it's highlighted in yellow today. And this is the information of how we came up with those numbers based upon current crop nutrient, crop protection prices for new crop grain delivered to Groveland, Kansas. Now, one of the things I want to talk to you about today was visiting about this historical corn versus soybean profitability. As you can see, the red line here is soybean profitability and the blue line is corn. And not since 2010 over here have we seen soybean profitability be greater than corn profitability. So what does that mean? Very little for full season crops in our territory. Most of the anhydrous and fertilizer has been put into the ground, and several fields have been planted to corn. But what this does mean is as we get ready to have an early wheat harvest, potential early wheat harvest, I should say, with the profitability numbers being higher on soybeans than what they've been in a long time, we will see or have the potential to see a record amount of double crop soybeans being planted this year. So producers, make sure you have your plan in place to capture this record profitability by using some sort of an option strategy so that no matter what happens, your soybean program will be profitable. So the second question that we're hearing is, what should I do with my wheat? There's three common questions that we're hearing. Will I receive 862 for my wheat? What should I do if all of a sudden I'm growing 70 bushel wheat instead of 45 bushel wheat, which is my average? How does that look? And then what should I do at harvest time with my grain? And so let's focus on that. So number one, will I receive 862 for my wheat? 862 was the base price that was established for crop insurance. So what that means to you is that if you take, on that second point, a 45 bushel APH, times that base price, times 80%, that guarantees you $310 an acre of revenue on your farm. So how that works on your farm for what does it mean with the price being lower versus maybe a higher yield, you have to take that harvest price. Remember, the harvest price is the June average of the July Kansas City wheat futures. So whatever that number comes out to be, you take that times your harvest yield to give you your revenue to count. And if that revenue to count is less than $310, you will receive the difference in a claim check from the federal government. But just to be clear, that if you have your 862 is just your base price, and your revenue policy is what you truly have at $3.10. So what should I do with my wheat at harvest time? That's a very common question that we have. So I would want you to have a customized plan to fit your operation. So what are your cash flow needs? Are we going to have more capital outlay right after harvest because we're planting double crop beans? Make sure you figure that into your market plan and then look at different ways, if you want to stay in the market. There's several different ways to do that, whether it be a minimum price contract, an averaging contract where you don't have to make another decision, or TMA's Rally Catcher contract. There's several different things that our crop insurance and grain marketing specialists can do to help you manage through this situation. And the last point I want to bring up today is for you producers with on-farm storage, make sure you're looking at the inverse that's coming in the corn market and have a plan so that you don't get stuck in a situation where one day you want to sell your corn and it's worth significantly less. And to point that out, for an example, if you wanted to have grain picked up off the farm from TMA in July, it'd be about $6.37 picked up off the farm. And harvest grain is worth $5.05. So what does that mean to me? Well, this is a quote screen that we use. And so as you can see, that May corn closed today at $6.58, and December corn closed at $5.50. So that is $1.08 inverse, meaning the market's worth more today than what it is in the future. So every day you get closer to December, that price in a normal inverse market will gravitate towards $5.50. So have a plan and take care of the profitability that you have on your farm. For quotes on getting corn picked up, feel free to give us a call. So what's causing the market to move? USDA report, the growing conditions throughout, a small case of chance of freeze scares up the north, as well as growing conditions for wheat here in central Kansas, and once again, world demand. Are we going to continue to export, and what are other countries around the world going to be growing? For more information, feel free to check us out on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, or contact one of our grain marketing or crop insurance specialists. Thank you, and have a great day.